Hola, soy yo Vicky otra vez. And in this video, en el video de hoy, vamos a mirar cómo decimos o cómo hablamos de cosas inspecíficas. For example, in the last video, we talked about unspecified people, someone, anyone, etc. This time, we're going to talk about unspecified things like anyone, anything, nothing, whichever, etc. But things rather than people. Okay, so we're in the Break the Language Barrier Level 4 book, if you have it, the updated version, and it is on page 58, unspecified things. And the words that we're going to look at or use in sentences are words like something or anything, which is algo, whichever, cualquiera, or cualquier, masculine, or cualquiera, feminine. The best thing, el mejor, or la mejor, depending again, masculine or feminine. The same thing, la misma or el mismo. The worst thing, el peor or la peor. And nothing or not anything, so that would be nada. If it was not any, it would be ninguno, ninguno, or ninguna, ningunos, or ningunas. So we've got to be mindful of masculine, feminine, singular, and plural with these things. And again, like all these last couple of videos that I've done from this section in the Break the Language Barrier Level 4, these are all these little words that we get stuck on when we're in conversation. Okay, so we're going to look at practice G, practicaje, and translate the sentences there using those little words. So, do you have anything for me? So, do you have, verb tener, present tense. ¿Tienes algo para mí? Number 2, of all the things in the world, or número dos, I should be saying, of all the things in the world, the best is love. So, de todas las cosas en el mundo, el mejor or la mejor, because thing, even though love is masculine, funnily enough, is el amor, but the best thing is feminine. So, de todas las cosas en el mundo, la mejor es amor. O el amor también puedes decir. Okay, número 3. It didn't matter what I wore to his party. He always wore the same thing. Now, it seems here we're talking about something that happened repeatedly, so we will look the tense that we'll be looking at will be the imperfect. If you want some practice with tenses, there are plenty of videos that have got all the different tenses. Because by the time you get to level 4, you will have looked at a lot of the different tenses. That's why they're all here in these questions. So, but level 1 is present tense, level 2, all the past tenses, level 3 concentrates on future tenses. But they all have a little bit of what came before in them as well. So, if you, as I think I said in the last video, if you're not sure where to start, or a particular theme that you would like to have a tutorial on, just either key in the search box on YouTube for Vicki Riley past tense, if you want to look at the past tenses, and it should come up with all the videos with the past tenses in. If you can't find what you're looking for and it doesn't work, please contact me and I will send you the link for the appropriate videos that will suit you for what you want. Okay, so it didn't matter what I wore to his party, he always wore the same thing. So the verb to wear is llevar, and we're looking at the imperfect. So no importaba, it didn't matter. No importaba que llevaba a su fiesta. So no importaba que llevaba a su fiesta, siempre llevaba la misma cosa. Or you could just say siempre llevaba la misma. Or el mismo, because we don't know, it might be the same suits. So depending on what we're thinking it is. I personally would say la misma cosa. If you stick with cosa, you know that cosa is feminine, so you can't go wrong. Okay, numero cuatro. Which one do they want? Whichever, it doesn't matter. So, which one? ¿Cuál? ¿Cuál quieren? So see how much shorter that sentence is in Spanish. In English, we've got which one do they want? 5 words. In Spanish, ¿cuál quieren? 2 palabras. Whichever, cualquiera, no importa. It doesn't matter. Okay, numero 5. It was wonderful when they danced. The best was when they danced the salsa. Okay, now when we're deciding which tense to use here, we've got to decide, because we haven't got enough context for it to be clear, we can choose ourselves. In Tom's, I was going to say a bit of Spanglish coming out there. So was it just one day when it was wonderful when they danced? It might have been at their wedding. Or it might be it was always wonderful when they danced. So decide for yourself which one you use, but you've got to use the same tense all the way through. So either fue, preterite, if we talk about one time when they danced, fue estupendo cuando bailaron. Yeah, it was wonderful when they danced. Now, if you want to use the imperfect and presume it was always wonderful when they danced, every time on multiple occasions, then that would be era estupendo o fantástico cuando bailaban. And the second part, the best was when they danced the salsa. Again, was it just one day they danced the salsa? Did they always dance it at the end of their routine? So, if you use the preterite, el mejor fue cuando bailaron la salsa. If you decide that you're talking about multiple times that they dance the salsa, then you will say el mejor era cuando bailaban la salsa. Okay, numero 6. The service and the atmosphere here are terrible, but the worst is the food. Just don't go back. So, el servicio y el ambiente aquí son terribles, because there's 2 things, so it's plural. Pero el peor, the worst, es la comida. Yeah, the worst is the food, so definitely won't go back there. Sometimes you can put up with the service if the food is fantastic, or you can put up with the bad food if the service is fantastic. Where if it's all rubbish, then don't go. Okay, numero 7. They never brought anything to the party, but they ate and drank everything. Now again, we talk about they never did it, so it's on more than one occasion. So nunca traían nada a la fiesta, pero comían y bebían todo. Yeah. Sometimes people do sneak things like that, don't they? They turn up at your party with nothing, and then you ask them what they want to drink, and they say, "Have you got any vodka?" It's like, no. But anyway, some people do that. A ver, I always waffle, I'm so sorry. So, numero 8. The worst thing in a relationship would be to not able to trust the other person. Would be not to be able to trust the other person. So, el peor, again, the worst thing. La peor cosa en una relación sería no poder, would be not to be able, sería no poder confiar en la otra persona. Trust in the other person. Número 9. We had thought he was very wise, but in fact he always says the same thing. So we had thought, past perfect, had done something. Habíamos pensado que era muy sabio, pero de hecho siempre dice la misma cosa. Yeah? Or siempre dice el mismo. If you don't want to put in the cosa, I'm saying the same thing. That's why I've made it feminine. But you could just say, pero siempre dice el mismo. Okay, número 10. I don't know anything about this. So this is knowing facts or information, not people. So it's no sé nada de esto. Sí, no sé nada de esto. Número 11. Any one of these cars will be good for the winter. So, cualquier, these cars are masculine. Cualquier de estos coches sería bien o bueno, sería bueno para el invierno. Okay, número 12. These books are interesting. I have been able to read all of them. So first part is present tense. Estos libros son interesantes. I have been able to read. He podido leer todos. I have been able to read all of them. He podido leer todos. And the last one, número 13. Any one of these three is perfect. So cualquier de estos tres es perfecto. Cualquier de estos tres es perfecto. Vale, so I'm going to put most of it, well, the words, etc., and sentences in the description box so you can check them, and then you can you can watch the video and see how they're actually translated into Spanish. You can have a go at practicing the pronunciation of them. There are lots of videos on my channel of pronunciation. There are lots of listening videos now, listening to a text being read out and trying to write it down so you can practice your listening. Pero bien, so más o menos todo. Don't forget to please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. A nice thumbs up always helps me to know who's enjoyed which video. Well, not who's enjoyed it, but how many people have. And if you don't mind subscribing, which is absolutely free, it just means that, again, it helps me out. And if you subscribe, I now have, I think, 845 subscribers. I'm so happy. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, this awful year that we've had. And if you don't mind subscribing, please do. Anyway, vale, muy bien. So, os veo en el próximo video. Vale, muchas gracias.